So, as a science librarian, you need to be familiar with the librarianship journals. And in addition to that, is that sometimes you'll need to recommend a journal for a researcher to publish. And so in order to do that, is that you need to really understand both what journals are out there, you need to know the scope, who the editor is, how the rankings of this journal, is this a really good journal to publish in? Is it sort of middling? What their open access policy is? How do you submit? Metrics, or really anything else that either you as a reader need to know about the journal, or an author needs to know in order to publish in, or that a librarian who might be looking at journals to put in the collection need to know about.
So basically for this assignment, we want you to find a journal that you could publish in. More specifically, it would be great if you could find a journal that you could publish in as a STEM librarian. We want you to look at that journal, analyze that journal, think about it critically, different elements of that journal. Things like, what is the open access policy, which you can find by looking at Sherpa Romeo, or looking at Directory of Open Access Journals to find different open access journals in the sciences or in the library sciences. We want you to critically think about not just list the editorial board, but critically think about who are the editors? What are the types of things that they're looking for? Do they have diverse membership on their editorial board? We want you to think about things like the scope. What kinds of articles would this journal publish? Do I need to write, about instruction? Do I need to make sure that I'm analyzing data? Do I need to do a survey? What kinds of research methods are acceptable? Definitely make sure that you synthesize all of this information on the discussion board, that you claim a specific journal title. You might want to claim the journal title in an initial post early on in the week and reply to that as you collect this different data around the journal.
And we want to point out that this isn't, we don't want to see submissions that have cut and pasting involved. We know that a lot of these, if you go to the journal website, it will have a scope section and an editorial board section. But we want this to be a little bit more, to involve more critical thinking, and think of this as if you were talking to a professor and explaining a journal. You wouldn't just hand over a sheet where you've cut and paste off a website. We want you to really think about this and understand, go into depth, understand what the journal is about and what it's looking for. And so there's at least one journal that you really know well.